So here we have an Accucraft Shay locomotive. It's live steam and it's been radio controlled by a TX23. Shays were remarkable locomotives. They had an offset boiler, cylinders on one side which drove via a gearbox a front and rear bogie. It enabled them to go round very sharp bends and were very powerful for their size. Well, this is what's underneath. You can see on the left there is the control system. On the bottom underneath everything is the 4-cell battery pack. On top on the little cradle is the receiver, the two-way switcher unit that turns the lights on and off, and here you can see the first servo which is moving forward to govern the forward and the reverser. In the roof itself here is suspended another servo which is connected to the regulator. By turning the knob here, this one controls the forward and the reverser. There's reverse, stop and forwards. By turning the second knob, we're able to control the regulator. By flicking the switch on top, we're able to turn the lights on and off. So by turning the control knobs, we're able to do the reverser and the regulator, as well as the lights. Let's put the top on and go back outside. Let's steam her up. First, we're going to put some gas into the gas tank. There she goes, she's full. Next we'll put some water in the rather unusual shaped boiler. This is done by unscrewing the boiler cap. And I normally use a syringe to put the water into the boiler. You shouldn't overfill it, about 2/3 full is nice. And then put back the cap. All these fittings, by the way, are done just finger tight. You don't use tools on them or overdo things. Next we're going to put some oil in the displacement oiler. I've got a little tool for taking the tap off this one. You can look down inside and see the oil, but first we must remove the water from the displacement lubricator from the last run. Now with the aid of a preloaded syringe we fill the displacement lubricator with oil. Once again, not all the way to the top, leave a little bit of space. There we go. And she's in place. Now we're ready to steam her up. Before steaming up we must first turn on the radio control. First the transmitter is turned on, and then here is the switch to turn the radio control on. It takes a few seconds to link up. It's now linked up and we can test it. There's the forward and the reverse. You can see it moving backwards and forwards. And just over here we have the regulator, and if I just turn the regulator you can see there it is swinging backwards and forwards. Before setting fire to the loco we put the reverser in full reverse, and you set the regulator so that it's not closed but just a little bit open, and in this way the locomotive will feed steam to the cylinders while it's warming up, and that warms the cylinders as well. Right, now we've prepared the locomotive, it's time to set fire to it. Open up the smoke box door, open the tap, and there she goes. just starting to creep now, which means she's almost ready to run. There she goes. So now we're just going to clear her throat, sorry, by just moving backwards and forwards. And we're ready for the open road. This loco is very controllable. If I turn up the regulator, she moves. I can then put it in reverse, turn up the regulator again, and she moves backwards. But it is possible, if I put the forward and reverser at neutral and open the regulator, I can now do it just like an electric train. Forwards, backwards. It really doesn't get much better or easier than that, does it? Can you see it going backwards and forwards? Well, that's over 50 meters away, being radio controlled from the far end of my garden by the TX23. And we can turn the light on for going into the tunnel. And now for the ultimate test. Up the 1 in 24. Absolutely no problem at all for this little beauty. Well, there we have it. It doesn't get much better than that.